Hello, my beautiful friends. This is Krista Rose Insights, here to do today's energy reading. First off, you guys may notice I'm in a different setup than I normally am. I've taken the show on the road, so to say, and I'm going to be visiting family for the next little while. So I brought my lovely cards with me, and we'll be doing these from here. So that's why it looks different. If this is the first time you're seeing my channel, welcome. So glad you're here and you found us. So today I'm going to be taking a look at the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine and the union energies right now. Now, a couple quick things before we get started. These are obviously they're general readings and may or may not resonate with all of you. Oh, certainly they won't resonate with all of you. But it is my intention that every reading does have at least one message that pertains to you in it. Anyone that watches my videos will get it's my intention that everyone gets a message from Spirit that's specific to them, no matter how they got here, when they got here, or when this was recorded or not. My videos are intended to be timeless in that the messages will come through to you when they are supposed to. So whether you watch this as soon as I record it or you watch it 5 years later and the message resonates, that's Spirit's way of bringing you the message when it was the right time. That's how Spirit and the universe works. So with that, if you would like a private reading with me, the information is down in the description box below. And I am going to be still doing some readings while I'm on my trip, but chances are it's going to be probably a slightly longer turnaround, simply because I am doing a little bit of my vacation. But so just a heads up, and I've got people kind of in the queue already, so if you are interested in a reading, definitely get the information down below and then get in line so you can get it as soon as possible. So with that, so I pulled these two cards for Instagram today, and this is going to be looking more in depth into the cards that came up. So let's get started. So I'm going to do kind of a general read, and then I am going to also be doing an extended reading. So if this reading is really resonating for you and you feel like this is appropriate for you and all that, I am going to be doing the extended version of this reading over on my Vimeo channel. So we can play a little, not musical chairs, because that's not the right analogy, but this is what we're going to be doing. So let's just get started. So obviously you didn't see me pull these cards off camera because of the way I did it over there. But so far this is overall energies for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. So the Divine Masculine's overall energy right now is coming across as the Judgment card. So he's right now in a place of really taking stock and evaluating his life. He's at this point of renewal. He's at this point of assessing where he's been, where he's come from, and then where he's at now, and whether his life is aligning with where he wants to be. You know, he's taking a look at what are the things I want in my life, and how does my life align with it, and where are things not aligned with it, and then also how do I make that happen. So he's in this time of really, taking stock of what's happening in his life, which is major arcana. So he's in a pretty, energetically, he's in a place where there's definitely a lot happening for him. And the Divine Feminine's overall energy for this reading is coming across as the Four of Swords. So this is really just the energy of kind of wanting to take just a little bit of a break, a mental break, a rest break, kind of take a little mini vacation and just take a rest. This for me is always the energy of, you've got your cell phone and it's working, it's functioning, and eventually the battery runs out. And what do you have to do when the battery runs out? You have to recharge it. So you have to plug it in, it's going to do its thing and recharge. And once it's recharged, then it's able to start back again. But it does feel like a lot of for this particular group of Divine Feminines I'm tuning into, you may be really just feeling like you are in this place of just kind of being a little worn out. We've had the energies be super high, super intense with these eclipses, and with all of the, being in the middle. We're approaching, the Lionsgate portal here in the next couple of days. So the energies have been really high, and I know a lot of my clients, the Divine Feminine clients, are worn out. So this is just, you know, if you need to rest, you need to take a break, please honor yourself and honor your body, because it's really important that you do this, because someone who's worn out, it's like that's where you're going to lose your connection to spirit. So let's take a look at where the Divine Masculine, where is he in his headspace relating to his Divine Feminine? Okay, so we're getting the Moon. I'm going to get two more please. And the Sun. And guys, those of you who are like, sometimes I read reversals and sometimes I don't. It's really spirit led. There's no rule about it. Sometimes I usually flip them over to upright, but if spirit corrects me and says, yeah, no, you got to leave that reverse, that's why I do it. There's no rhyme or reason. I've had some comments just of people obviously trying to understand, like, wait, you reversed the first time and then you didn't, and it's so if that matters to you, just understand that every reader works differently and spirit knows how I work with my cards, and this is really, the cards are really just a tool for me to really interpret the energies I'm getting. So just know that if I'm inconsistent in that way, you know, in my readings, that's why. It's just because spirit will sometimes tell me to do it a different way, and I just follow their guidance. Okay, so where he is in his headspace is relating to his Divine Feminine. Is we're getting the Moon and the Sun and the Two of Wands. So guys, he has been facing his illusions. He's been facing his fears. He has been, you know, really addressing. I feel like this also relates to the moon cycles. So we had the full moon, and then we have the new moon coming up. It feels like this is very powerful for him. But it's also the energy here of really kind of facing the things about himself, and he's realizing these shadow sides. He's also connecting to the intuitive knowledge of the Divine Feminine and being receptive, because he's feeling really good. So we've got the Moon card here. So I'm not used to holding the cards up because in my other setup, the camera's from above. So pardon me if I'm getting used to my new setup. So that's the Moon card. So he's been in this place really facing those sides, but he's feeling really positive. He's feeling really excited because he's been in this judgment, and he is in this judgment energy. And what's happening is, being in this evaluation energy about his life, he's really feeling incredibly happy, incredibly optimistic about a future with his counterpart. He's like, it's like the sun is shining on us. This is happening. Obviously, we're in Leo season, fire sign season. Leo and fire relating to the sun, very connected. And he's also seeing the Two of Wands, which is the continuation of a passionate partnership. He's having this long vision. He feels this, it's like he wants to continue where you guys left off. So this is in his conscious, this is in his headspace, what he's thinking about his Divine Feminine at this time. So let's take a look at where the Divine Feminine is. See where she is in her headspace relating to her Divine Masculine. So she's getting the Five of Cups, the Two of Cups. Nope, that's too many. Oh my gosh, that's so many. All right, that's like, I don't know. I'm just going to tell you what they are. We're getting the Emperor, the Three of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Chariot, and the Ten of Cups. So I'm just gonna go with it because it's gonna tell us a story. All right. So this is why I just go with what comes, because they're just trying to share what's happening here. So where she is in her headspace is we're getting the Five of Cups, kind of focused on maybe some of the things that didn't go right. Maybe she's focused on the wrong thing. There are some really beautiful opportunities still here with these two cups still standing. And it's kind of like, you know, moving through the energy of change. Because it's relating to the partnership, right? The Two of Cups, her partnership. She's realized that by this kind of focus on this past energy that's not really doing any good because it's keeping her stuck when it comes to her partnership. So then here's what ends up happening. Look what Spirit just brought us. We're getting the Emperor. So here's this Emperor. Here's her Divine Masculine. And he's still in this energy of, you know, needing some help, being a team member. He's still learning new things in the physical plane, and he's not doing it all by himself. This is about reaching out and also needing some support and not going at it all alone, which is why he's kind of in this hermit mode, right? And so she knows this. In her headspace, she kind of sees this happening. She sees that he's in this energy of still learning in the physical plane. She knows he's also in the hermit mode. But she also is thinking, once this hermit mode is done, here comes this chariot, this forward movement and victory, having confidence, which will lead to this 10 of Cups. So guys, when this is all coming up for the headspace for the Divine Feminine, it definitely feels like she's taking a little break, she's recharging. She's shifted her focus more from the past into the present, because she knows that's important for the partnership. And she also knows that what's coming with the Divine Masculine in terms of the process. So this is all what she's currently thinking. And now we're just going to get into what they are feeling in their heart space. Actually, I'm going to start with Divine Feminine because we're on a roll here with so many cards having come out. So I don't want to shift gears to Divine Masculine just yet. So where is she feeling in her heart space relating to her Divine Masculine right now? The Hanged Man. So we're getting the Hanged Man. I'm going to pull the cards and then I'll go over what the energies are and how it relates. And the Moon. And the King of Wands, definitely. Okay. So guys, this is where she is. She's in her heart space. She is, remember I said she's trying to look at things from a different perspective. She knows she can't keep focusing on the past. This is what she's doing. So in her heart, she's looking at things from a different perspective, like the greater picture, the bigger meaning of the Two of Cups of partnership, and the Five of Cups. Like the bigger meaning is what is still here, looking for the good at what's happening instead of what's wrong and what's not happening right. You know, this can be that energy of, it's like that energy of, you know, focusing on what you don't like instead of focusing on what you do like. And this is what she's shifting out of. This is why this is in her heart space, right? She is starting to see things from the different perspective of like, let me just be grateful for the blessings I'm having and the small little things, even though it might not be exactly what I want at this time, there are blessings to be found. Because she also, isn't it interesting, they're both getting the Moon. Both Divine Masculine and both Divine Feminine have gotten the Moon. And for her, again, this is her shadow side, the illusions that she's lived under. She's really breaking free of the, like, and she's just, again, it could really, because it's coming out on both sides, there could be something happening around some moon energy, whether it's new moon or full moon eclipse that just happened, the new moon that's coming. But there's just, whenever you're watching this, just know that there's mirroring happening and similar energies and similar processes are happening with both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. And in her heart, you know, she knows he's going to take action. She knows she's like, and she's feeling really motivated. Like, even though she's taking a little bit of a pause, she's feeling motivated. She's feeling inspired because she knows, it's like she has this, like the progression of the story of what's going to happen. She knows this. Even though it's not here yet, or maybe there's even no evidence in the physical 3D yet, she just knows in her being that this is what's going to come. And so she's feeling really confident, which is beautiful. So let's see where the Divine Masculine is right now in his heart space relating to his Divine Feminine. How's he feeling towards her right now? I'm going to get 3. Thank you. 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh, more mirroring, guys. Hanged Man. And the Knight of Pentacles. All right, beautiful. So in his heart space, you know, he's got some conflict. He's trying to, he's figuring out, he's got some things that are not quite fitting together. Oops. I'm going to turn off my phone. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I turned my ringer off. So he is feeling some conflict, which is why he, in terms of, he knows what he wants in his life. He knows he wants divine feminine. He has other priorities in his life too, and he's still trying to just figure out how those are going to go together. Okay, so whether it's family, work, friendships, whatever it is, there's some energy of having some conflict happening with how to take action, which is why he's taking a look at things from a different perspective. And there's a little bit of a pause in the energy, which is, this is very, very interesting because it's almost like the retrograde energy is showing up here in the Hanged Man with both divine and feminine and divine masculine. And that the retrogrades allow us to take stock and to take pause to actually evaluate and look. It's actually a really positive thing. You know, you've got to have this rejuvenation time of retrogrades, because we can't just always be doing, moving forward. There's got to be sort of a an energy of you know, it's like, let's do our strategic planning for the next year in this retrograde time, because we have the space and the time to actually do the planning, so that then once things more go direct, then you can take forward action. Because look what he's also feeling, the Knight of Pentacles. He is wanting to move forward with his divine feminine, but he's also he's doing it slowly and he's doing it steadily, you know, rushing in with like the Knight of Wands energy, where it would be super fast and action oriented, or impulsivity of the Knight of Swords and being like a little too quick. He's being very thoughtful and deliberate with this. This is very obviously earth energy, very grounded. So, but isn't it beautiful? He is moving things forward with his divine feminine. So, okay, so that is the overall energy right now with the divine masculine and divine feminine. So if this has been resonating and feels like this is something that's relating specifically to you, head on over to the Vimeo channel, where I'm going to actually post obviously the extended reading. We're actually going to look more into these energies. We're going to look at advice. We're going to look at what's blocking, what needs to be let go of, what you know, more of the guidance on how to navigate these energies. So advice for divine masculine, advice for divine feminines in this place. And we're going to actually take a look at some of the union energies too over on the extended reading. So I'll put the link down below of how to do that. And anyway, in the meantime, guys, hopefully the new digs are good. They are, feels really good here. I always love doing readings here. But do bear with me, as I'm not used to holding cards up. Like I have to, because I can't see the camera here. Anyway, enough of that. If you want a private reading with me, the information is down below, and I look forward to supporting you. So until next time, I send you guys much love. Bye.